Okay, hello out there, and welcome to our talk. I'm here with Claire, and today we're going to be discussing the new moon in Scorpio. So, last talk was the full moon in Taurus, and every 2 weeks we come together and share the the season of the moon cycle and the theme of the sign that the moon is in. And Claire, call her my in-house astrologer. I like to hear her interpretation um, of what's happening out there and how we might be feeling that and how we might want to contemplate on what we're experiencing and connect potentially to the themes of, for now it's the new moon in Scorpio. Um, so So if you've been listening, there's lots of themes of learning about what it's like to lean into the themes of the moon in general, which Claire talks about emotions and lots of areas that are feminine in nature, and how we have this opportunity to lean into and to not just experience but honor the feminine side of life, part of that is feeling life through our body. And then the theme again that the moon is in, the sign. So I will pass the speaking baton, so to speak, to Claire and have her reiterate and expand on this theme for today, or actually yesterday.
Yeah, that's right. It was yesterday. Thank you, Jamie. The moon is there. It's just dark and we can't see it, but how appropriate for Scorpio. Um, so, once again, the moon, I always like to start with orienting people to the fact that we're talking about the moon first. We're not jumping into the sign. The moon does represent, to me anyway, the divine feminine and just a huge resource of energy, however way you want to take it, allegorically or spiritually or straight up astrologically. Um, it's a water. The moon is associated with the tides of the ocean, and so again, I'm repeating myself, but if we're 70+% water, then it surely has an effect on our bodies. And yesterday, as Jamie said, it was a new moon in Scorpio, and I've felt this new moon profoundly, and I just want to say that Scorpio is a water sign, so we have a water body, the moon in a water sign, and Scorpio is about the depths, how deep the water can go, because that's where the Scorpio kind of hides, or people say it's hiding, but it's really just probably feeling it out, just being in the depth. And when you think about your moon vibe, your moon feelings, and the tenderness of your inner emotional body, when you put that in a sign of Scorpio, I think it's a really unique opportunity to tap into your deepest truth, your deepest emotional truth, which is scary for some, scary sometimes, I should say, scary sometimes for all of us. There is the other part of that Scorpio glyph that represents defending oneself. Scorpio can go on the attack. A scorpion can kill you or something, like, right? It comes out of nowhere and attacks you. That's what Scorpios are sort of famous for when we're bandying about nonsense, astrological nonsense, typically associated with the sun signs. Well, what I'd like to point to is just that protective nature is there for a reason, because if you're going to go to your depths, then it's good to know that you can defend yourself if you need to, because otherwise you won't go. um, so I would just like to really tame everyone's thoughts about Scorpio and really just have a look at this opportunity. I really just do think it's a really, really remarkable, wonderful opportunity, if you're ready for it, to let your emotional body, so not so much your brain stuff, but your feelings, your needs, your wishes, your wants, in the most core, deep, deep, deep way, just let there be access to that, or know that you can have access to that with a new moon in Scorpio. And yeah, new moon, set an intention. Maybe your intention is to know more about your emotional body. Maybe your intention is to feel less judgment about what you might feel. This is the time to do that. And also, how wonderful, I also think of this as sort of like the last turn we're making into winter, when we really do go within. And we must go within. We need to go within. We all need to hibernate on some level. Let's not pretend that it's always flowers and things in bloom and outward motion. This is definitely a time when things are turning inward. So what a spectacular opportunity to just really make contact with what you would like to be able to know more about yourself. You don't have to know it all, no pressure. You don't have to suddenly become some savant and know everything about your emotional depths. But this is just that time of year when, if we can get more comfortable with our internal space, we will be better able to tend it, and to know that you have whatever protection you need to allow for that settling in. So, defending yourself is good. It's okay. It's not a shameful thing, like some people tease Scorpions about. But just getting in touch with your deep truth can also maybe tell you what you have been so defensive about, since you didn't know. Sometimes we're unconsciously triggered and we're lashing out all the time and don't understand what people are talking about. But this is, like I said, just a time to get really real. That's the truth part about it. It's not necessarily just what was true for you when you were 3 years old. It's being truthful right now about what your feelings are. So that truth that I mentioned earlier, Scorpio does have another aspect to it, which is beyond authentic. It's just really what's so. It's associated with sex. It's also associated with death. Death is pretty, objective. There's no kind of finessing death, and same with our deepest desires. And so Scorpio represents a kind of truth that we just, no bullshit is more of the way to say it, is to just actually be honest about what you're feeling, and try to maybe take this time of setting intentions to move around those two parts: what you really, really feel, what is truly authentic for you, and how you can defend yourself best so that authenticity can come through.
Okay. I like that. It does, as we're sitting here in a room where the lights are outside is dimming low. It feels like a very Scorpion atmosphere. Just going inward, going deep, noticing what you discover about yourself. And thanks for listening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, have a good new moon season, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.